done cubes and prisms. Let's talk next about a pyramid. Here's an example of a pyramid. Now, in this pyramid, again, there's going to be two formulas, and they're going to talk about L, the letter L, in the formulas, which used to be called what is called the slant height. The slant height. If you look at this picture, see this H in the middle? That's how tall this pyramid is from the bottom to the top. And we'll use that in one of the formulas. And then the other one is going to be, it's not an S anymore like it is in this picture, it's a little L. Think of this as the pyramids in Egypt, and you wanted to paint up the side, or you wanted to walk up the side of this. This is slanted. L stands for slant height. And so they're going to have to tell you how long that distance is walking up the side of it. So if you want to draw this picture real quick, you might want to pause and draw it. And then we're going to use a picture like this to calculate the surface area of pyramids. All right, let's see if we can use this pyramid. We'll put it right there, and we're going to back it back out real quick. Let's look at our formulas for a pyramid. For a pyramid, you're going to also have a lateral and a total. It's going to be just like the last one. Lateral is just the sides. Total is going to include the bottom of this. And so the formula looks like this. Surface area equals 1/2 P times L. Now we just talked about L being the slant height. And total is going to be, excuse me, make sure I write this right. 1/2 P times L plus B. Remember, B is going to be the base. So the difference between them is, in this pyramid with lateral, we're going to be just painting all the sides around it. Total means we would paint all the sides and the base. So if you wanted to work a problem like this, they would give you some numbers. And remember that P is going to be the perimeter of the base. So we'll just put numbers in here real quick, and let's see how we do. Let's take a pyramid like this. This pyramid is going to be 2 and 3, and its slant height is going to be 5. We'll circle that so you can see it. And let's see how we do. Okay? If we want to do the lateral, lateral is going to be S equals 1/2 the perimeter of the base. Well, remember, perimeter is walking all the way around. So if I start at this corner, I'm going to walk 2 and then 3. That's 5. And this back here is going to be the same as this one. So this is 2 2s and 2 3s. So it's going to be 2 and 3 is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So walking all the way around it's going to be 10. And the slant height is 5. So it is going to be 10 times 5 is 50 divided by 2 is 25. That would be the answer I would look for. If they ask for the total, then I'm going to use the same formula, 1/2 P times, I'm going to just save me some space. Notice this and this matches, so this is 25, plus the area of the base. Now the base here, the base is actually a rectangle, and a rectangle is length times width, so 3 times 2 is 6. So 25 plus 6 is 31. Now you'll notice in both of these formulas, when you had lateral, lateral is built into the total. Lateral is built into the total. All you're doing is adding in the bases. That's why the numbers go up a little bit. So that's how you get prisms and pyramids. Again, if you got lost on how I did this, back the video up and go through it again and make sure you can get the numbers that I get. That's how you get surface area of a pyramid. Let's do one more. After pyramid, let's talk about a cylinder. Now a cylinder looks like this. Take that picture out. Here's a cylinder. Now you'll notice in that cylinder, it has got a radius and a height. Good example of this is, let's say you took a bunch of quarters and you stacked a bunch of quarters on top of the table. It's going to make a cylinder. It's a circle and it's got a height to it. So it's a bunch of quarters stacked on top of each other. Now again, you're going to have a lateral and a total. Well, let's see how much we know. Lateral means if we wanted to paint all the way around this cylinder, if we're painting that, the total is going to be if we paint it all the way around it plus the top and the bottom. So I bet the top formula is going to be built into the second one. Surface area is going to be 2 pi RH, and the total is going to be 2 pi RH plus 2 pi R squared. Now, that one looks hard, but it's not too difficult. Okay? Let's see what this does for us. Let's just use some numbers. Let's say we have a radius of 2 and a height of 6. Here's how you work it. S equals 2 times pi times the radius, which is 2, and the height is 6. So you multiply your numbers together. 2 times 2 is 4, times 6 is 24 pi. It looks real complicated, but that's all there is to it. One more time. 2 times 2 is 4, times 6 is 24. 24 pi is the lateral surface area. If I wanted the total, well, it's got this same part in it, so I know that's 24 pi. And then you'll notice that it says 2 pi r squared. Well, pi r squared is the area of a circle. Well, there's 2 circles. There's one on the top and one on the bottom. That's why there's 2 of them. So I'm going to have 2 times pi times the radius, that's 2, squared. So I know I have, I'll push this up just a little bit, 24 pi plus 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8 pi. Well, 24 pi plus 8 pi is 32 pi. There's my answer. The formula looks really difficult, but it's really not too bad. All you're doing is plugging your numbers in where they go. Again, if you got lost on this, back the video up and watch this part again of how I use the numbers to come up with surface area. Remember, the lateral is just the sides. Total is going to include the top and bottom, and that takes place in prism and pyramid and cylinder. Well, we only have one shape left, and that's going to be cone. Actually, we have 2 shapes, I'm sorry. I'm going to talk about the cone for a minute. And a cone looks like this. You'll notice it looks like an upside down snow cone. That makes it easy to understand. Has a radius and a height. For a cone, you're going to have, again, 2 formulas. You have a lateral, and then you have the total. The lateral surface area is pi r L, and then for total is pi r L plus pi r squared. Now, why would they be different? Remember, L is going to be the slant height. That's going to be this distance up the side. So let's try one real quick. And to give myself a little space, I'm just going to erase some of the other notes that you already know. And we'll just do a cone real quick. Let's say in this picture that our radius is 3 and our slant height is going to be 5. Well, if I want S for surface area, it's going to be pi times the radius. The radius is 3. Slant height is 5. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 pi. That's my answer. If I'm looking for this total surface area, it's going to be same front part, so that's 15 pi plus pi r squared. So pi times the radius, 3 squared. 3 times 3 is 9, so that's 9 pi. So 9 pi plus 15, 24 pi. So we're just adding. Looks just like the other formulas. The shapes just look slightly different from one another. Okay? So that's how you do a cone. Again, if you get stuck on that, just back the video up and watch that real closely. Our last one is a sphere. I'll erase this so that it doesn't get confusing. Sphere. For a sphere, there's only one formula, 4 pi r squared. Now you'll notice in a sphere there is just a radius. So let's try this real quick. Let's say this has a radius of 4. Okay, remember the radius is from the middle to the outside. So it's 4 times pi times what's the radius? 4 squared. So 4 times 4 is 16 pi and 4. Well, then I'm going to have to use my calculator because 16 times 4, 64 pi. There's my answer. That's how you use it. These are all the formulas, and I give you an example of how to do the surface area of all of them. It's really just painting the outside of each of them, and that's how you get them. In the next video, you'll just try a few of them and see if you get them. Good luck!